this story right here, this is the textbook example of why you wait before supporting a developer when they come out as not woke. Wait at least a few days to see if they don't backtrack, because that's what happened to this guy at Tripwire. So he pretty much came out. All he said was he agreed with the Supreme Court's decision, and then he was ousted from the company like the next day. Now, Tripwire's ex-CEO tells Tucker Carlson that cancel culture destroyed him. I gotta ask though, did you know what it was like? Like, fuck, man, you should have at least had backup plans. But whatever. Now, Tripwire Interactive co-founder John Gibson went on Tucker Carlson tonight to explain his departure from the company, blaming the entire fiasco on what he coined as social terrorism. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, I just wish that they'd quit forgiving all the dickless cocks that just sit back and do nothing. Well, they're privately on my side. Well, what the fuck good does that do you? It's like that meme that Gina Carano posted where a dude was being burnt at the stake, and the guy that's actually holding the torch about ready to light him on fire whispers in his ear, "Psst, I'm on your side. Yeah, I agree with what you say." Yeah, a lot of good that does me. No, Gibson said his resignation from the company in current year -1 left him destroyed. That cancel culture is a one-way street, generally only affecting those with conservative views. Yeah, you want to know why? Ripa covers this very well. The reason this is the case is because the left refuses to work with you and refuses to fund you. But what do? You are more than happy to work with them and fund them. That's why you're always going to lose. Stop giving them your money. Stop trying to work with them. Leave and make your own. Former Tripwire boss twatted support of a Texas law that effectively banned abortions after an unborn child's heartbeat can be heard, which is usually around 6 weeks after conception. Proud of the U.S. Supreme Court affirming the Texas law banning abortion for babies with a heartbeat, he said in a twat. As an entertainer, I don't get political often, yet with so many vocal peers on the other side of the issue, I felt it was important to go on the record as a pro-life game developer. Yeah, big mistake while you work for a far-left company. And I bet he thought he was safe because he was one of the founders. But so, you know what? If you didn't take your company public, if you didn't sell it, you could have told everyone else to fuck off instead of you being the one told to fuck off. But this is what happens when you don't keep control of your own company, man. So Gibson's public support of the Texas heartbeat bill got widespread scorn from the majority of gaming websites and pundits, as well as other big names in the industry. Yeah, guys, you remember this, right? Did you take notes? Did you remember who it was so you could stop supporting him? Yeah, for most of them, there is no stance outside of being completely in support of murdering unborn babies. Yeah, that's right. I call it social terrorism. That's what I've been calling it for a while, huh? Yeah, it is an effort to use fear and intimidation to cause people to change, Gibson said. And you want to know how you can fix it? Now that you're in the news again, you have experience. Like you started a successful company. They make Killing Floor, right? That's a pretty successful game. Start a new studio. Make sure the woke know they're not welcome. It's very important. You have to be anti-woke from the start. He added either hide or pretend they're not what they are really, so they can keep their gerbs, so they can keep their status. And I don't think it's and I just think that's a terrible thing for the world. I mean, I agree it is, but it serves as a great filter. So the smart ones are like, while they're stuck in that situation, they're already working on backup plans. They're already working on something else. Like I tell people too, like, don't do anything stupid, like just outright quit and walk out when you have nothing else lined up. But if you're ever in a situation like this, like where your workplace is going full woke and you're really feeling unsafe there, if you can't afford to just quit, then don't. But immediately start looking for another job. Immediately start looking for something else. Start planning your exit. Start working on your own personal projects that maybe can hold you over when you lose this job. But either way, like once a workplace starts getting woke, just assume it's not going to be around for much longer. Or at the very least, you won't be in it. Oh, that's true too. No dancing around being anti woke either. You have to be loud and obnoxious about it. I agree. Like at this point, I can't in good conscience support a developer unless they are out and proud about being against wokeness and censorship. If they even try the both sides thing, like, I'll put your games on this on the same 6 month list as everyone else. When asked if there was anyone at Tripwire that stood up for Gibson in the wake of the coordinated outrage campaign, the former boss said a fairly senior staff was defending him, but ultimately both she and Gibson were outnumbered. Okay, good. So you have one person who stood by you. Start a new company with her. Now, Gibson also revealed that another of the co-founders of Tripwire shares similar beliefs to him, including thinking abortion is wrong. Oh, yeah. So you see what this is actually? Like this is actually pretty good. This is a 7D chess move right here. So he's not going to admit to it. But here's how I see it. Like, oh yeah, you motherfuckers, you stood by as I was being destroyed, and you just let this happen. Like, okay, so now I'm gonna go out like a year later, and I'm gonna say, oh, one of these other guys at the very top agrees with me. So that's going to cause the woke parasites to go into overdrive, cannibalizing each other. Like, which one of you agrees with him? Which one of you is the secret conservative? They're going to eat each other alive now. This was good, man. Like this dude's more brutal than I thought. Well fucking played. Man, I wasn't expecting that. Other people that agreed, they're afraid to speak up. They don't want to be next. I had one of the other owners of the company. Politically, we're very aligned. He thinks cancel culture is bad. He thinks abortion is bad. He said, yeah, I don't want to be canceled next. Hey, guess what? Now you will be. That's how social terrorism works. Gibson said, you make people scared. You make their jobs more difficult. You make them worry that people are going to leave the company if they don't throw the person who disagrees with their political opinion or positions out of the boat. She really couldn't overcome the wave of sentiment of the other folks. Well, remember who these people are when you make your new alternative, and make sure you keep them out. It's as easy as that, really. In the meantime, you're just going to have to treat this like I treated college. Like when I went to college, it was literally just I knew what they wanted me to say. I knew what they expected to hear from me. I just gave them what they wanted, got my A, and got out. Like, I'm not here to argue with this fucking idiot that failed into this teaching position. I'm here to get the piece of paper that gets me into the career I want. Like, that's all I was in college for. You need to look at your job the same way. You're only there to get a paycheck. And the less work you have to do for that paycheck, the more time you have freed up for your own personal projects, the better. So start viewing your job as nothing but a paycheck. And just while you're there, pretend to be woke for all you care, as long as you're working on your own shit on the side. Gibson recollected that what he said to his wife as everything went down with his departure from Tripwire. I said, I just want to die because I don't want to live in a world that's this unjust, he said. No, so once again, this is a problem with the Tradcucks. It doesn't have to be this way. The problem is actually with you guys because you're not willing to do the same thing. You just keep taking it up the ass and asking for more. Enough is enough. So I got depressed. I got angry, suicidal, not wanting to leave the house. Yeah, it destroyed me. I've lived through 13 months of hell. If you're blindsided by something like this, I can see why this would happen. But if you know it's coming and you haven't been preparing, I mean, I just got to say, man, a lot of this is on you, unfortunately.